Hi there, Pokemaster Emil here, and today I'm gonna discuss the three starters in the 4th generation games Pokemon Diamond and Pearl versions. But before we get to that, I know you guys are eager and I get so many email requests asking me what my friend code is, and no, I'm not giving it out yet, but if you want to spare yourself the trouble and not watch this video, the third number of my friend code is 9. Now, as I said earlier, the three starters. I frequently get questions of which one to pick and what moves to give my Pokemon. Well, for those of you who haven't gotten your versions yet, especially you Europeans, since it's fairly new out there, I'm here to give you some advice. Now, I'll tell you right away that when you start the game, it doesn't really matter which Pokemon you pick, because A is just to get you through the game, not to be used competitively, since its EVs or effort values will be spread all over the place, and for the second reason that you can learn different moves through breeding, and since this Pokemon isn't bred, then perhaps you're missing a couple of moves that could have been taught if it came from an egg. As usual, your rival will pick the one that you are weak against, and just like in all other previous generations, the three starters are a grass type, a fire type, and a water type, also known as Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. Now, the only thing different from the previous 3 generations is that at their final evolution stage, when they're on stage 2, Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon, they do gain a second type, all of them. Torterra will become grass and ground, Infernape will become fire and fighting, and Empoleon will become a water and steel type. So instead of focusing on the 3 basic starters, which no one really uses in competitive play, I'm going to focus on their evolutions and how to use them effectively. Now, remember what I said earlier. It doesn't really matter which one you pick in the beginning. I'm just saying, if you plan to use any of the 3 final starter evolutions on your team, then you should probably redo one, like as if breed a new one, or get a new one from a friend who could trade one over from you, who could breed one for you, or who just started the game, so they could pick one early as a starter, send it over to you, and then restart a game, because that doesn't take too long. So let's start with Torterra. I'll pull up its base stats right here. Now, Torterra, as you can see, has good attack and good defense, but its other stats aren't that good. It has poor speed, so my suggestion is use it as a tank. What that means is put it out there to give reasonable damage using its good attack stat, but also to take a good amount of damage due to its high defense. However, please beware of its special defense, as it's actually a good amount lower than its regular physical defense. Its type combination is interesting. It's grass and ground, which gives it actually a good type against fire. It can use earthquake against fire, but then again, it gives it many weaknesses, especially a double weakness against ice. And trust me, a lot of teams, if not most of them, carry Ice Beam, so you really gotta beware of that. And also that Ice Beam is a special attack, so its high defense won't stand up against it. It can learn 38 out of the 92 technical machines and 4 out of the 8 hidden machines, if you're planning to use any of them on your Torterra. it's if add it to a team if you feel you need an extra defense or a physical wall, then it should go well. And don't give it special attacks such as solar beam. I'm not even sure if it can learn that, but good physical attacks would be like earthquake or razor leaf. I'm not even sure if it can learn that either, but keep that in mind now that the split between physical and special is new here in Diamond and Pearl. Focus on the physical for Torterra. And now we move on to the Fire Monkey, also known. Oh, I forgot, by the way. Torterra evolves at level 32 from Grotle. Now, for the Fire Monkey, Infernape, he evolves from Monferno at level 36, and here are its base stats. Now, as we see, it doesn't have very good HP, and defenses aren't that great either. But take a look at its high attack, high special attack, and extremely good speed, which makes it a viable choice for a sweeper of some kind. Now you can use it as a physical sweeper, a special sweeper, or you could use a mixed sweeper. It has a fairly good typing, fire and fighting type, so you could add moves such as close combat, brick break, or special moves such as flamethrower. It can learn 46 out of the 92 technical machines and 4 out of the 8 hidden machines. When it comes to Infernape, I actually like this Pokemon, even though I'm not a big fan of fire Pokemon. But as I said, it can go either way when it comes to special or physical. You can even use both. And it can even learn the move Swords Dance, which pretty much doubles Infernape's attack. But if you do choose to have Swords Dance on your moveset, be sure to not include moves that are special, such as Flamethrower. Then again, if you want to go with a special sweeper, that's fine as well, but don't add moves such as Swords Dance then. And finally, last but not least, we come to my personal favorite because it's a water type, Empoleon, the Emperor Penguin. It evolves from Piplup at level 36. Its HP, attack, and defense are, as you can see, they're pretty okay. But its special attack and special defense, they're high, which makes them into his best stats. It's actually slow. It's kind of slow, as you can see. So my suggestion for it is use it as a special wall. Since Empoleon is a water and steel type, that's a pretty good typing. It has 11 resistances, whereof 2 are even double resistance, ice and steel. They only do 25% damage. And it only has 3 weaknesses, which are electric type, fighting type, and ground type. Now, unfortunately, most of those attacks fall under defense, except for Thunderbolt, which is an attack to watch out for if you use Empoleon. But since its special defense is a little higher, then it should be able to stand up to 2 or 3 Thunderbolts. When it comes to its fighting and ground weaknesses, you should really beware of like Brick Break or Close Combat and Earthquake, as they can really get to Empoleon. Now, it can learn 40 out of the 92 technical machines and 7 out of the 8 hidden machines, except all of them except for fly, despite being a bird. But then again, penguins don't fly. So there you have it. Those are my suggestions for the 3 starter Pokemon. They all have potential. They are a good addition to any team. It just depends on how you use them. And because you guys watched my video so patiently, I'll give you an extra bonus. I'll give you the 4th number of my friend code, which is